3, 2, 1 and start. Hello everyone, today we are back again with another video, and today's video is the second part of the programming session on topic of for loop. Today we will be programming few examples on numbers. We will be playing with digits of the numbers, like we will we will find the summation of every single digit of that number. We will count the number of digits in that number and many more programs like that. Now let's get right into the video. So here we are back again to VS Code, and now you see we are ready with the .c file and also the include standard.io.h and int main part. The question that it says that count the number of digits in a number inputted. So first of all we have to take a variable int n, and we have to ask the user to print to enter the variable n, enter the value of the variable n. So first of all I will write printf enter the value, and then here I will give a semicolon, then I will use the scanf to take the input from the user, okay, and I will provide the address of that variable n so that the value can be stored in n. So now I have the value of n. So now what we have to do actually let's say we have a number 54643. We have to count how many numbers are there. For example, in this there are 4 digits. We have to do the same thing. So let's say for I is equals to n. Let's first declare I. Okay, now I is equals to n. Now I will iterate by a condition like this: I not equals to 0, and then I will iterate by it. In the iteration section I will provide I division division equals to 0, 10 here. And now I will write here something like this, and then I will take a variable c, and then it will be plus plus, and I will also take initialize the value of c is equals to 0. Okay, now you will say, let's first print this one, printf numbers %d comma c semicolon. Let's run the program. Let's zoom in our example program output here. Let's see, it is asking for a value, enter the value. Now let's say I give it 23541. It should return 5. You see, number is equals to 5. This is how the this program works. Let us understand what is going on. This is the declaration part. Let's first skip this one. Here, first of all I am asking a value for n. We are taking the input from the user. Now we are initializing the value of I by n. Let's say I am giving, the user is giving input as 5463, then I becomes 5463. After first iteration, that is, it will check that it is not equals to 0. Yes, 5463 is not equals to 0. Definitely it is true. So c is equals to plus c plus plus, that is c becomes 1. After that what will happen? Again it will go to the iteration part, and this will divide it by 10, that it will return 546. You see, it will divide it by 10 and integer part will be taken, that is 5463 only, and so the value of I become 5463. Let's write it here only. After that it will become 5463, then it will no, not 3, 546, then it will check yes, it is greater than, it is not equals to 0, so value of c will be increased to 2. Now again it will be divided by 10 and it will become 54. After seeing that 54 is not also not equals to 0, the value will change to 3. Now after that 54 will divided by 10 and we will get only 5. The value of I becomes 5. Now you see the value of here c value becomes 4 here. Now the main part comes here. After division of 5 by 10 we will get 0 point something and the integer part is 0. So the division now, as I becomes 0, here I becomes 0, the condition part become false, so the loop terminates, the execution stops. So the c value will not increase any further and the value will become 4 here. Now let's move to the next question. So our next program is a summation of this series. We have to find the sum of this series until the number given n. Now first of all, to solve this kind of problem we have to find the logic behind that series. And how we will do that? Let's see. In this example, in this question, we have something like this: 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 plus 1, and it goes on till 1 by n. So here the basic logic is 1 by n. Let's say I will take the value of and it will increase from 1 till n. I will add it by 1 by I, and it will be adding till, sorry, it will be added till 1 I becomes n. So this is the basic logic behind this program. Now let's just take a first of all we take the value variable int n, and then we will ask the user to enter, and then we will just take the input scanf %d, give the address of that variable n, and now we'll start our for loop. We will start by I is equals to 1 because it is starting from 1. Here we will just declare I first, and then I will be increasing until it becomes n. So I will be checked it is it jab I will be increasing until it becomes n. So I is less than equals to n, and then I plus plus, so I is increasing, we are seeing it that there. And now what we will be doing, sum is equals to sum plus 1. Here this one will be in brackets, divided by I. Okay, so here's the catch here. Because sum is not declared, it is giving an error. We will take sum as float value. Float is equals to float sum, because sum can be in decimal, and we will initialize it with 0. Also here we have to see that 1 by I should be a floating type variable, not an integer. So we will be typecast it. Now what is typecast? Typecast is basically converting of a data type between the program. We will just do here like this, float, and this should be in brackets. Okay, this is what typecasting is. 1 by I, and it will be converted into integer first, because basically I is integer, so this value will be integer. But because I have stated here that I want it in float, so it will be converted again to floating type, and then it will add it to the sum, which is already a floating type variable. Now we will just print our float, printf summation here, and then sum. This is what we wanted. Now let's just run this program. Okay, it's giving an error because it is already running in behind the scene. Let's just restart the VS Code first. Here it is asking for a value that enter the value of n. Now I will provide a integer like 5 say, and the summation is 2.28334. We are getting the output perfectly fine. Now let's just move to the next question. Our next question is the series like this one: 1 by 1 power 2 plus 2 power 2 plus 3 power 2, something like that. To work on this program, we will just have to import another include math.h. This is what we have to do. What is math.h? Math.h is another preprocessor directive which are having many more functions just like printf, scanf and many more. One of the function inside math.h is pow. What does pow do? It's just pow takes two value as an input, x comma y, and it it gives the result as x to the power y. This is what power do. Now let's just run this program. Let's just make this program. We will take a variable int n. We'll just ask the value, enter the value. Sorry for that, I'm going little fast now. Scanf will provide the address now, and then I will just write here. Let's zoom out a little. Okay, and then I will just start our for loop for I have not declared I here. I, yes. Now for I is equals to 1, it is starting from 1. See here, 1, then 2, then 3, and we will check it until it becomes n equals to n. I will be increasing, and in the statement part what we have to do, we have to sum it. Sum is equals to sum plus, we have to typecast. What is typecast? Typecast is basically changing of data type from one type to another. Now typecast, we will use typecast this value float, and we will use pow, and we will provide two values here. First one will be I, and second one will be 2. Now what is happening here? You see, okay, here the error is sum is not declared. So first of all I will declare sum and will be initialize it with 0. Okay, now you see what is happening here. First of all, here what is happening, pow value will return I to the power 2, and it will calculate it, then convert it to float, and then it will add it in the sum. Okay, let's take sum as a floating type variable because it can be decimal, you know. And then we will just print the output, printf summation %d and then sum. Okay, here it is an error because %d is for integer type. Let's convert it to %f. Now let's just run it here. You see it is compiled successfully and asking for enter the value, but it is not saying enter the value because I have written that wrong. Please ignore that and enter the value, and I am just say I am giving 5. Let's see, it is giving output as 55. Again let's run it. Let's say I gave the input as 2. Let's see, it is giving the input output as 2. Now you will say how 5, how it will becoming 5. You see here, when I'm giving input as 2, it's calculating the summation till this one, 1 to the power 2, that is 1, plus 2 to the power 2 plus is equal 4, that 4 plus 1 becomes 5. That was the our output. Now let's move to the next program. Now our next program is this one. Okay, this one is quite interesting one. You see, 1 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, and 3 to the power also 3 here, and this will be goes on. So basically this is just a modification in previous program. We will just copy that to make our thing faster. Don't worry, I will make you understand everything. Here you see I have taken two variable int n and I have taken a floating type variable sum. Now I am asking the value as enter the value. Okay, and then I am taking the input in the n. Now what is happening here? For I is equals to 1 till it in I am initializing the value of I to 1, and I am changing the value of I till it becomes n. So I value will be something like this. Will become 1 2 3 4 5, and this will goes on until it become n. And what is n? N is the number which is given by the user. Now here just we will do what? In the pow value we will just provide I comma I. Why? Because you see what was happening there. In the previous program we were calculating 1 to the power 1 2 plus 2 to the power 2, and this was going on. So you see here this value is changing in the power, and the value which is up in the upside is changing as the value is downward is changing. So this is what we'll do, and then we will print the summation part. Let's run this program. Okay, it is asking for a value here. Enter the value. Now we will just give a value 5 here. You see we are getting the summation as 343, which is absolutely correct here. You can check it by yourself.